The biggest Netflix movie and a new John Wick. After Alan Ritchson's recent comments, I'm convinced his two upcoming action movies can be Reacher replacements. Having cemented his action star status after 3 seasons of Reacher, Alan Ritchson is set to rival his hit series with 2 upcoming movies. Although he has been involved in numerous exciting franchises and projects, Alan Ritchson became an established name after playing the central role in Prime Video's Reacher. The series has quickly become one of the platform's most popular shows, and with Reacher Season 3 repeating the success of the first 2 seasons, it's hard to see its momentum slowing down anytime soon. However, it is set to get some major competition from the show's leading man. With viewers continuing to tune in, Reacher has been confirmed for Season 4, but Ritchson has plenty of other projects in the pipeline. In an interview with Wired, the actor talked about the busy schedule that lies ahead, commenting on several movies that he's set to star in. He mentioned his highly anticipated Netflix movie, War Machine, claiming this movie is going to be a monster. This is the coolest thing they've ever made, guaranteed. In addition, Ritchson also talked about another upcoming action movie titled Painter, claiming it's like a new John Wick, highlighting just how much potential these films have. Alan Ritchson's hype for 2 new movies is very exciting. Given the Reacher star talked so highly about War Machine and Painter, it's clear the 2 projects have plenty of potential, and Ritchson seems fully invested in them. With Derek Kolstad set to write Painter, it's no surprise Ritchson compared the upcoming film to Keanu Reeves' hit franchise, since Kolstad also wrote the first 3 John Wick films. Ritchson is set to star alongside Amber Midthunder, with the story following a young woman attempting to rescue her kidnapped father, indicating that it could possess several traits that made John Wick so successful, adding to the project's excitement. While his enthusiasm for Painter was encouraging, Ritchson sounded even more confident about War Machine, stating, "I think, and you heard it here first, probably going to be going to be the biggest movie that Netflix has ever had." The sci-fi action concept will see Ritchson lead a cast involving Dennis Quaid, Stephen James, and Jay Courtney as they head to another planet to take on a menacing threat. While details are limited on the movie, filming did begin in 2024, and with Netflix bankrolling War Machine, there's no doubt it will be released to a global audience. Both films already sounded like they had a great chance of succeeding, but with Ritchson seeming extremely high on both, it only adds to the hype surrounding them. Neither Painter nor War Machine are yet to receive a release date, but if they manage to come anywhere close to the actors' descriptions, I'm sure they could become surprise hits with serious sequel potential, and they may even end up being among the best movies of Alan Ritchson's career. Reacher is great, but Alan Ritchson deserves movie stardom too. Playing the leading role in Reacher has given Ritchson plenty of notoriety and massively boosted his career, but the actor is talented enough to become a big movie star as well. He has already been part of some huge films such as The Hunger Games, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, and Fast X, but none of them have offered him the sort of role that has really cemented him as a true A-lister. Reacher fans are well aware of just how good his action chops are, but despite the series giving him mainstream popularity, he still has more to offer. Alan Ritchson is on a rampage, and I mean that in the best way possible. Fresh off his breakout success as the no-nonsense Jack Reacher in Amazon Prime's hit series Reacher, Ritchson has his eyes set on an even bigger playground. With not 1, but 2 high-octane action films on the horizon, including a mysterious Netflix blockbuster and a project being likened to the John Wick franchise, he might be setting the stage to dominate the action genre like no one since Keanu Reeves picked up a pencil and went berserk. Ritchson's rise, from superhero to super soldier. It's worth remembering that Alan Ritchson didn't burst onto the scene overnight. From playing a Quayman on Smallville to the hilariously over-the-top Thad Castle in Blue Mountain State, he's proved range, charisma, and a six-pack that deserves its own IMDb page. But it was Reacher that finally gave him the platform to blend physicality, wit, and stoic charm into a single, unstoppable force. With his imposing 6'3" frame and a gaze that could break bones, Ritchson's version of Reacher felt like the literary character had punched his way off the page. But now, as we wait for Season 3, Ritchson's attention is shifting, and his recent comments suggest he's not just looking for side gigs between seasons. He might be planning a full-scale assault on the action movie hierarchy. The biggest Netflix movie, and possibly the smartest, In a recent interview, Ritchson dropped a juicy teaser calling his next Netflix film the biggest thing I've done yet. That's saying something when you've already stood shoulder to shoulder with Vin Diesel and Fast X. Details are scarce, but we know the movie is directed by the Extraction stunt team, stars some seriously big names, and involves globe-trotting action at a scale Netflix rarely greenlights without serious confidence. Ritchson even hinted that the physical demands of the role rivaled what he endured for Reacher. "I had to train harder for this than anything else," he said. "It's brutal, it's real, and it's got something to say. That last part is key." With Netflix churning out dozens of forgettable action titles each year, a film that pairs bone-crunching stunts with actual stakes and character depth could become the movie that redefines what the streamer can do in the genre. If The Gray Man was a test run, this could be Netflix's main event. The new John Wick, not just a label, but a mission. Even more intriguing is Ritchson's other upcoming project, one that insiders are calling the next John Wick. That's a bold comparison, but if anyone can handle it, it's Ritchson. He brings the same lethal physicality that made Reeves iconic, but with a different energy, less brooding, more brute force, and a sense of grounded humor that can disarm audiences just before he disarms enemies. The film, still untitled, reportedly features a revenge plot with deep emotional stakes, a tight, stylized universe, and choreographed combat that relies on precision, not CGI. It's being helmed by a director from the Atomic Blonde and Nobody school of kinetic storytelling. Think long takes, real stunts, and a camera that's just as much a part of the fight as the fists flying. Ritchson has said the movie will change what people expect from modern action. That's a promise we've heard before, but coming from someone who made Reacher a surprise sensation by sticking to the fundamental story, character, and satisfying crunches, I believe him. Can they replace Reacher? Let's be clear, nothing really replaces Reacher. The Amazon series has a unique flavor, part procedural, part brawler, part road trip mystery. But if you're craving that same adrenaline rush, that same sense of watching a human wrecking ball smash through carefully plotted chaos, these two films may just do the trick. And let's face it, Ritchson is quickly becoming more than just a fan-favorite TV actor. He's positioning himself as an action anchor, the kind of star who can carry franchises, top box offices, and maybe even reshape what we want from modern movie heroes. With the biggest Netflix movie and the so-called new John Wick on his horizon, Alan Ritchson isn't just looking to fill the gap between Reacher seasons. He's creating new ones, and this time he might not be coming back alone. He could be building an empire. Let me know if you'd like a shorter version, specific sources cited, or social media-friendly highlights. With the biggest Netflix movie and the so-called new John Wick on his horizon, Alan Ritchson isn't just looking to fill the gap between Reacher seasons. He's creating new ones, and this time he